Yo, what is up, guys? We're going to be going over the last skill line on the Dragonknight class, which is Earthern Heart. So let's first jump into Stone Fist. We got Obsidian Shard, which is a CC, deals magic damage. It stuns for 3.6 seconds, and it heals you or an ally for 6,625 health. Stone Giant, on the other hand, deals more initial damage, about 3k more, and has 500 less magic cost. Still stuns them for 3.6 seconds, and if the enemy is successfully CC'd, the Stone Giant deals basically the initial again. So combined, it looks like an 8,660 tooltip. It also gives you minor resolve, which is increasing your physical resistance by 1320. This is the better morph, in my opinion, for Magic and Dragonites. But most Dragonites do not use a CC, and I will get into that later in the video. Next up, we have Molten Weapons, which is a Dragonknight buff. It's going to increase your spell and weapon damage by 20%. And your allies as well. So you get 20% spell and weapon damage for 36 seconds, and so do your allies. This is a good morph for tanks who want to give their group buffs, so they can put more damage abilities on their bar or such. So this is more of a support skill for people who want to give buffs to the group. Most Dragonites don't run this themselves. They usually run Entropy or another form of Major Sorcery or Major Brutality. Molten Armaments, on the other hand, only gives Major Sorcery, which is increasing your spell damage by 20%, with the addition of your fully charged heavy attacks now are increased by 40% while active. This is really big. This can be used on a Magicka DK. Keep in mind it's your own, so a tank can't apply this on you. You have to apply it yourself to get that buff. This is not really used in PvP, just because most DKs do not run Inferno Staffs. That may change in the future, but this is a huge buff, and it can really be good for Magicka Dragonites in PvE who want to rely on heavy attacks or damage. Next up, we have Obsidian Shield. We have Igneous Shield, which is the go-to morph. Gives you a shield to allies and a shield to you that absorbs 100% additional damage. And you get Major Mending, which is the reason why you should go this morph. It increases your healing done by 25% for 6 seconds. For a Magicka and a Stamina DK, this is the go-to morph. Fragmented Shield still gives your allies and yourself a shield, but when your shield is removed or expired, it shatters and deals magic damage to nearby enemies. This is literally not used by anyone. Go Igneous Shield, please. I'm telling you, just please do it. We have Fossilized. It's another Magicka Dragonknight CC. It could be used on Stamina as well. And if you guys remember correctly, when I was talking about Stone Fist and why Dragonites usually don't use it, it's because they're usually using Petrify. Petrify is the better CC in my opinion, because this CC goes through block, it immobilizes the opponent, and it pretty much just gives time for you to do damage right away if the CC is successful. Because when you can CC someone through block, it's really important. The only downside with the CC is that they get a shield as soon as you fossilize them. So you can't crit as soon as you CC them. So you encase them, and they basically get, it's a disorient. The CC can break when you do damage. So they don't have to CC break to get out of it. As soon as you do more than 4201 damage, the CC breaks automatically. After you CC, the Fossilized morph immobilizes them, so it'll keep them in place. And we have Shattering Rocks. This is a really weird morph. Not a lot of Dragonites use it, but I think it's potentially good. It deals magic damage to the target and nearby enemies with a 50% chance to set any target's hit off balance. So if any other targets are hit by this ability, the good thing about it is that you can proc Flame Lash on multiple enemies, because if you target an off-balance enemy, it turns into Power Lash. So you can Power Lash multiple targets if they're affected by Shattering Rocks. Last, we have Ash Cloud. We have Cinderstorm, which is going to deal a small flame damage dot to nearby enemies. This is a ground target skill, by the way, so only if they are in the 5-meter radius of the Cinderstorm. This also reduces enemies' movement speed by 70%. And even if they leave, they are still snared to up to 1.1 seconds with this 70% snare. Eruption is pretty much the same thing. It has an initial and the dot. So the difference between these two is that this will have an initial damage and this will not, and this will only have a snare while they are in their eruption. This is the go-to PvE morph. For PvP, Dragonites literally do not use a skill. This skill costs a lot of magicka, and it's just not as useful as the other skills that Dragonknight has to offer. Last but not least, we have Magma Armor, which is the ultimate ability for this skill line. We have Magma Shell, which is basically going to cap all damage at 3% of your max health. It's going to deal flame damage to nearby enemies each second for 10.8 seconds. And when active, nearby allies gain a damage shield for 100% of their max health for 9 seconds. This is a 200 ultimate cost. Not a lot of Magicka Dragonites use this. Trust me, in PvP, this is just not really used. For PvE, on the other hand, I can see Magicka Dragonites definitely using this ultimate. Corrosive Armor, on the other hand, is definitely a must on a stamina DK. I use it myself, and it's a really great ultimate. Has the same type of aspects. All damage is capped at 3% of your max health. You'll deal poison damage instead, so it'll scale off your CP, your weapon damage, and your max stam. And while active, your attacks ignore 100% of an enemy's physical resistance. The reason why this is so good is because you can be tanky and do a lot of damage at the same time, since all of your opponents are going to literally have no armor. All of your damage is going to be immensely buffed. And that is it for the Earthern Heart skill line. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment below. Tell me what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.